Hello parents, welcome to Mechanicsburg Area Senior High School. My name is Joe Reedy, principal of this amazing place. I'd like to welcome you and your students from the class of 2029. In the video you're going to watch today, I give you an overview of our building, our program, and a little bit of what your child's going to expect this coming week at the middle school for orientation with the counselors. So happy to partner with you for 4 years coming up. Hello parents of the class of 2029. My name is Joe Reedy. I'm the principal of Mechanicsburg Area Senior High School. And as I shared in our opener here, I am so thankful for the opportunity for your students this coming week at the middle school to hear from our counselors. This week it's going to be Mrs. Kromka, who will be visiting our 8th grade classes. And really this video today is a preview of our academic program at the high school. It gives you an idea of some of the information that your children will hear and experience this coming week. And then throughout the rest of the school year, we work the middle school and the high school to refine what your child's courses will look like for next year, but also start to plant those seeds in terms of what their hopes and dreams are for life beyond high school. So again, welcome parents of the class of 2029. I will start here with some pictures of our student life on campus. So proud to be the principal of this high school, and I'm proud to serve with more than 120 staff members in our school that serve just about 1,500 students from all walks of life, all around the world, all here in downtown Mechanicsburg. So our school, as you've seen, has been under construction and renovation, specifically over the last few years. And of course, our high school has had different projects since its inception over the years here in the region. And so we are tradition, pride, excellence in the district. And so I'm pleased to show you a couple of slides coming up here on some pictures of our most recent renovation project, which you'll get a chance to see in person in the coming year as you welcome your children on campus here. So these pictures here were taken this week. You'll notice our hallways around the building have a freshened look of maroon and steel, our school colors. We have our Wildcat store that is getting completed, and we have aspirations of opening this up this semester. So for your students for next school year, we'll have our Wildcat store online. But really all around the building, as you'll see in the next few pictures, our vision and our program are coming together into the additions that have taken place. You see the product of future education, small group rooms, large group rooms for classrooms, for student services, common areas to work in our hallways. Really excited for all the opportunities coming online for our students. This is a look at our auditorium commons and our cafeteria. You could see the commons here as for our upperclassmen students, also for a number of classrooms who will get a chance to utilize spaces around the building for creative opportunities in their curriculum. Our cafeteria is in the back of this picture. You'll if you're an alumni or had older children that went through Mechanicsburg High School, this area used to contain our old school store, restrooms, and one day we had a bank located downtown or down in the commons here. Of course, our auditorium is also in the side of this picture. This is a look at the auditorium right now. You'll see that the set is under construction for our spring musical, The Wizard of Oz, but the auditorium is almost done. We will have a few other finishing touches to complete throughout the next few months, but we are currently using it for students, and we're proud of the different performances in our student work in this area over the years. This is a new look of our new wing. This project's been done over the last couple of years, but this is where a lot of our programming shifts to our juniors and seniors. We do have some opportunities out here for freshmen and sophomores, but this area is geared to our career center, a variety of engineering classes, math classes, social studies classes that serve 11th and 12th grade students. So a lot of exciting things all around the building. We are proud of our high school. We have additions of a hydroponic lab that we are exploring and have put online. We next year will have a day 6 course, which I'll tell you more about day 6 in a little bit, that is devoted to the hydroponics. We also have different courses around the building that connect to that. We also are in the finishing touches of our brand new multi-production studio for the creation of a TV channel that we used to have here at MESH and a long time ago that we're bringing back and to align with our programming. But a lot of spirit all around the building, and it's amazing for the class of 2029 as you're stepping into a building that has been almost fully renovated at this time. This is a look of our new wing upstairs. A lot of our upperclassmen have classes up here, but also kind of goes with our look and feel of collaboration spaces around the footprint of the building. Classroom spaces have also been newly furnished, as well as renovated throughout the building. Our science labs have been outfitted with the latest technology, and our classroom as well have been outfitted with flexible furniture to help us with our collaborative activities for our students. And of course, our Wildcat Gymnasium, where your child will have opportunity to spectate, watch, perform, all here in the main gym. And this is a look at the back of our building, known as the student entrance. This is where our student lot is. It's the Wildcat Activity Center. And so we will get some updated pictures, but work is nearing completion all around campus. So very proud of this place that we call home. All right, so this presentation, there are 3 main areas that I wanted to review with you. One, obviously, is a welcome to our program and knowing what to expect. Secondly is how we go about building the freshman schedule and your child specifically. And then third, we'll talk a little bit about what's next this year ahead as we think about the transition to our high school. All right, so a little bit of a welcome here. Your child's been on a journey in our district, or perhaps in other districts, of over the years refining and searching for what their hopes and dreams are for their life. It's a journey. Not many students, nor did I in high school, truly understand what they are meant to do in their lifetime. And certainly here at MASH, our job as educators is to continue the good work that's been taking place in your child's educational career, but we continue to take steps and create activities and events and opportunities for your students to refine and illuminate some areas where they think they could shine in their life. And so this is an exciting time for our rising freshmen. It's an exciting time in their life as they refine, as I said, but also pursue different opportunities in our extracurricular program and our athletic program, try out different classes. We'll talk in a few minutes about our major subjects as well as our minors and our electives. It's a time to take risks with their educational outlook in terms of thinking about areas that they might consider, such as the CTC, the VOTEC school, Cumberland Perry. And as they get closer to senior year, to think about what exists in our community that they might be involved with. So truly an important time in their lives, not to mention the relationship aspect of an adolescent at the high school. Some of the work we've been doing over the years connected to belonging is we're very proud of our advisory program called CREW, which stands for Creating Relationships for Every Wildcat. So we'll talk about that a little bit today, as well as other programming that we've been doing and experimenting with in student leadership here at the program. So exciting time to continue with your child here at the high school. So we do have a project here at the high school that it's been around for several decades and over the years has been refined and has been innovated. But it's called Project Dreams. And it comes back to this concept that we want for our students is to dream big. To dream big about their life, to consider their hopes and dreams, to consider what their gifts and talents are in, and to start thinking about perhaps possible jobs and careers or opportunities that might fit into those. And in some ways, to perhaps rule out things that they might have considered. And so Project Dreams is an opportunity that every student at MASH takes part in from the get-go of their freshman year as they get enrolled in what's called career development. Every freshman will have that their first semester, and it's in that class where they will have opportunities to start thinking about or continue thinking about what their possible post high school planning or opportunities could look like. As part of our graduation requirements, it is required that each year that there's job shadows and experience that take place. But as a senior, there's a presentation that takes place where they share their journey during high school, opportunities they've explored, and really how that refines what their next steps will look like. Also in our academics, we're very proud of our academic tradition of excellence here. And our program continues to evolve. Our construction project has reflected what we want students to be like and act like and do here and now in the year 2025 and beyond as we continue to change what things look like here. And of course, the wide variety of extracurricular programs we've continued to present different times of the school year, different activities that students can take part in. We have an activities fair that all freshmen will have an opportunity to engage with the first few weeks of school and also during their orientation in August. And we have pep rallies to illuminate different activities that they could be a part of. And of course, the athletic program, all aspects of our program for kids to get involved with. Another piece of belonging, of course, is how they see themselves in the world that we live in. And so we have a number of groups on campus, interest groups that kids and students can engage with. So a little bit of our team here. This is our MASH administration team. I am joined by 3 assistant principals. We have Mrs. Roberts, Mrs. Mefford, and we have Mr. Marker. Each assistant principal has a cohort of students that they work with. 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, there is a division of who they work with. We also have a full-time athletic director, Mr. Seth Bohanec, who works with me, and we coordinate our athletic programming here on campus. We also have a student affairs coordinator, that's Mr. Toller, and he assists students with really the level 1 infractions that we work through, but more importantly, his work is to help be a liaison between our counseling team, administration team, parents, teachers, to really interface with getting a student to connect with different programming on and off campus. Our counseling team, we have Mrs. Kromka, who your child's going to meet at the middle school next week in their programming. We have Mrs. Ecker, Mr. Covert, and Miss Galbraith. We are organized by Alpha, by student last name. And so although Mrs. Kromka will be down to speak with your students this coming week on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, she has last names of A through D. Mrs. Ecker, who's been in the district for a while as well, will have last names E through K, Mr. Covert, L through R, and of Miss Galbraith, S through Z. We also have a full-time social worker at the high school, and that's Mrs. Maurer. So we are happy to serve here. We also have a service animal named Andre. Andre has been with us for several years here at MASH. He's a seasoned veteran on staff, but he is our service dog. He does a great job helping all of us here at staff. So let's talk a little bit about scheduling for freshman year for the 2025-26 school year. All right, so our experience at MASH over the last few years, we have shifted to a semester-based schedule system. We have also shifted over the years through our pilot program years back to a block period system. And I'll show you a couple examples of 9th grade schedules in a moment to kind of see and visualize that. The spirit behind semester-based was to actually provide more options for a student to take courses throughout their 4 years at high school. It also allows, as students get to senior year, to have even more options that connect to what they are hoping to do or planning to do or thinking about doing after high school. And so those aspects of co-op, internship, external program partnerships, college in the classroom, come senior year, students have more availability, more options to explore that get them a few steps ahead to what they want to do after high school, but still keep them in the building for programming also. But the element of choice is something that semester-based does allow us to do. And when we go to block period, your child will have fewer classes during a semester. So they take 6 majors a school year, and so 3 majors each semester, which allows them some room to have some electives. A major meets every school day, every cycle day, in our courses such as science, English, social studies, and math, or a world language. It could be a music class, but some of our electives, we're very proud at MASH to offer a variety of electives. And again, that goes back to helping your child think big, think about the application of skill sets to make a child holistically prepared for the workforce in life. And our counselors, this is their email addresses, which this information will be shared in the coming months with you as we work with the middle school to dial in what your child's 9th grade schedule will look like. One of the things we keep an eye on is our programming is informed by district policy. So policy 217 talks about our graduation requirements. A lot of these requirements, of course, are funneled through from the state of Pennsylvania. And so there's a requirement of certain credits of need in certain subject areas. But also there's elements of this to state testing that we follow, which is the Act 158 Keystone Competency and Pathways. And so although we work to prepare kids the best that we can and partner with you on that journey, our curriculum has been established and continues to evolve so that students conduct themselves through the curriculum and grow in that process. And then, of course, they would take a test during certain years they have that class. And so the pathways is something that we'll learn more about and share more with you over the years. And your child may have already taken or will take an algebra keystone test if they've taken algebra their 8th grade year. But our philosophy on this is follow our lead. We'll communicate with you in terms of your child's Act 58 requirements. But there is a high degree of student customization the more years a student is at MASH. Freshman year, it's a little bit more prescribed in terms of what they will take with a little bit of choice. Sophomore year, there's a little bit more choice. And then come junior and senior year, there's more options and opportunities for kids to take electives and really customize what they would like to do based on their continued work to refine what they would like to do in their life. So I wanted to share with you 2 different schedules of a student. This is the same student, but I'm going to show what semester 1 looks like, and I'll show you what semester 2 looks like. All right, so this is a semester 1 schedule for a student. You'll notice here, again, this is just a kind of an easier way to view what the schedule does look like, but you'll notice semester-based. Our semester changeover is generally in early to mid, late January, I should say. We'll see the next school year. Every school year is a little bit different. But our period length, you can see. So we are a block period. So the intention of a block period, again, fewer classes to manage at any given semester. But our hope with, and what we've seen in our work, is that a block period allows us to go deeper with student learning. It allows us to initiate, facilitate, provide feedback, and to go deeper in learning over the course of a 90-day semester. We found that we can move the academic needle faster and more sustainable and get a richer student experience through that. What we know about learning is if we could get to students generating, creating, producing, performing, sometimes it's time that allows us to do that, and the consistency of a longer class period has shown us that we can do that. So this student has Spanish every single cycle day, period 1 in room 106. Because of our larger footprint at the building, we've tried to maintain that most of our 9th graders would be in the academic side of the 100s and 200s, one side of the building, and the downstairs area. On occasion, they might have a class out in the new wing. And then our sophomores and our juniors and our seniors have a bit more programming in the new wing. Of course, we do have juniors and seniors that are in the 100s and 200s with some courses, but we've tried to do that intentionally so students aren't going from one side of the building to the next all day long. I'll explain day 6 in a moment, but you'll notice that there's cycle days. and that's district-wide. We have a 6-day cycle. At the high school, we've utilized, as well as in our other programs around the district, which is not new for you. You'll remember that your child sometimes have certain electives or programs on certain cycle days. I have 2 kids in the district. My daughter is in elementary school, and so one of our great joys every morning is I'll ask her what elective, what special does she have today? It's day 6, and so that freedom of choice is one of those things we continue at the high school. This student specifically has a study hall on days 1 and 4. Then they have career development in room 107 on days 2. They have mixed chorus in room 22 on day 3. And they have PE. They take PE each semester. And this student has it on day 5. So every time we have that cycle day, that's when they would have that class period, or that course. We have a variety of different minor courses, we call it. So remember, a minor course is one that doesn't meet it doesn't meet every day. When your child's a 10th grader, they're going to have what's called personal finance, as well as our seniors have that. Health is a course that semester 2 that your child will have, and so that's the variety of how that looks. Period 3, this student here is AP Human Geography. It's one of the first AP classes they can take as a high school student. We have 4 lunch blocks here at the high school, and so that has been done to make lunches a little bit smaller. It allows for that period 3 block. We can chunk out who is eating and when. Then we have period 4. They have English 9 level 1, and that is also meets every single school day. You'll notice at the bottom, your child will have what's called Freshman Academy. This is a program that we instill various skill sets. We use some programming from Covey's work, a lot of research that is done on habit building and successful habits of teenagers. This is also the time where we help orienteer our students to the building. We know that the freshman transition experience is really and truly a full year. It's not any one orientation or day, but this is a time where your child gets to meet with a staff member 9 through 12, and they are with that staff member each of those cycle days with a group of students, and we do things from orientation of the nurses suite to the media center, how to stay organized, how to advocate for help, technology use. So that is at the end of every single day. In the springtime, we then open up this programming to clubs and activities, and we're experimenting in the year to come about how we can do that during other parts of our day with clubs and activities. Day 6 is part of our unique program that has been part of our vision for many years. We're now entering probably the 5th year of Day 6. And if you look at Day 6, there's unique opportunities that exist that we don't normally do on days 1 through 5. So let me explain a little bit. Period 5 and 6 are the longer blocks of time that we have for students. And then period 1, 2, 3, and 4 are what we call skinny periods. These are 40-minute length classes. And there's specific instructional activities that can take place during those times that normally you cannot do or you want to do as much on days 1 through 5. But to put your attention a little bit on periods 5 and 6, each year we've developed more and more opportunities of enrichment that come out of the increased opportunities for students to take. So for example, on day 6 for this upcoming school year, we now have about 6 or 7 opportunities for students to take a quarter credit class. These classes range from civil rights legacy, hydroponics lab, astronomy, sports analytics, computer science, and the list goes on. And each year our plans are to increase the amount of enrichment opportunities for a quarter credit pass-fail option. The other benefit of this format is that students with a case management, so our English learner students or students with IEPs, gifted IEPs, our social group in terms of specialists in the building with student services or counselors, social worker, they also meet with students during this time so they don't have to conflict with their academic classes. This is also when we run student assistance program, and it's also when we offer academic minors to meet. One of the reasons of the richness of our music program in this district is because of the amount of time that our students get in their larger ensembles. So you notice for this student here, they have mixed chorus during period 5, and they also would meet during the day 3 cycle. So they meet for a large group all together in that mixed chorus, and then they also would meet again during day 3. This allows us to have less academic conflicts, so students can have their musics and not have it compete with something else. And so that's a big benefit of our day 6 opportunity. We also have other intervention opportunities that exists, everything from help desks to a program called Power Hour. We enlist students that are really struggling, and they meet one-on-one with a teacher for extra help. You'll notice here what's a little interesting on some of our minor courses. How do they run on certain periods of a day 6? So we have 5 rotations of a day 6, and not to confuse you too much here, but if this example here, it's a rotation 5 of day 6, that means that when we get to day 6, rotation 5, the student would have PE during that time. All right, this is the second semester, and again, I think it's good to visualize what the day could look like for our rising freshmen. So this is semester 2. So remember, as I shared earlier, our freshmen, there's 6 majors that they are tasked to enjoy and complete through their freshman year experience. It's 3 majors in the fall and 3 majors in the spring. You'll see here that the student has geometry, they have digital music that meets every day, and they have earth space science. Okay, so they're meeting their core subjects, but they've also selected an area that they enjoy. And this student specifically, which I selected at random, this is current freshman, seems to have an interest in music. So they've taken digital music. They are taking part in our ensembles. So they have mixed chorus. Second one, so they had mixed chorus in the first semester. Now they can continue to grow and progress, and they have second mixed chorus. And then you'll notice that they have concert band as well, which is another part of their minor course that they can take. And so you have students that can double up on different areas of our programming, which is exciting for students to continue to grow and grasp and refine their skill sets within one academic school year. It's pretty incredible. This time around, you can see that for our day 6 schedule, they have their minors on period 3. So like we shared before, let's say we're on a rotation 2, day 6, that's when they would have gym during this time. And so it's again, a 40-minute chunk of time. Some of your students may not take musics or electives, and so day 6 for them, they would have a study hall during these times. Again, during those study halls times, we also have programming taking place. Your child will have opportunities to sign up for mini electives that were called day 6 offerings. They're quarter credit classes that range in different parts of our program. And we're also studying this year because of our good data from comprehensive plan, how else we can use day 6 and period 5 and 6 to broaden opportunities for students. So more to come on those subjects. So the final piece of our presentation today is what's next. And our counselor, Mrs. Kromke, will share a little bit of this with your students in the middle school auditorium this coming week. And then you'll hear more over this course of the school year in terms of the transition to the high school. But you can expect some ongoing communication. The work will continue in February, March, April, and May as we continue to refine the recommendations for your 8th grade child. The teachers of 8th grade have made recommendations during the month of January, and then that list will continue to be explored and we will calibrate. And so by the time we get to June, we'll have those opportunities after your child has selected electives and have looked at their recommendations to then create a draft schedule for you. And it is our custom to share these drafts with you in early summer via U.S. mail. We'll keep you posted through Sapphire updates. We use our SMORE newsletter, similar to other schools in the district. to let you know of updates. And really in the summer, you'll receive a communication from me with the draft schedule. But typically from the high school, you'll get a late summer, kind of a mid-July, late July update on some more information about freshman orientation that we generally take place toward the beginning of the school year, before school year actually starts, or at the very beginning of it. Students, as we continue to create responsibility for them and help them grow those skills, we do send a few email updates to our students, and for specifically rising freshmen, we will send out some updates to them as well before they start their next school year. For our students, we do hold what's called a freshman orientation. It's evolved over the years. It is an in-person event. Every year we look at it a little bit differently. We do have students, upperclassmen, that help serve as orientation leaders. And so that is in August of 2025, and we'll communicate those dates with you in advance. We also have what's called a crew period. So your child will have a staff advisor. Crew stands for Creating Relationship for Every Wildcat, and so they'll have that advisor for 4 years at high school. So they get to have that connection. It's a small group of students. It's usually about 13 to 14 students that stick together for 4 years. And it's a way for us, as we've been doing this for several decades here at the building, to make a big school feel small. And so we meet about twice or 3 times a month in this small group. We also have something called Freshman Academy, which I shared before, that we also have. Parents, I have something that I have every August. It's called Parent Coffee. It has transformed into a digital format. Just like this one, we've been able to access more parents digitally if we do something in this method versus in an in-person session. Of course, every year there's different twists and evolutions that we do with our programming, but you can expect an August information session for this coming school year. It's another way to keep you informed and give you a chance to engage with our program here. So finally, for now, I'll leave you with one of our favorite quotes here that we use at the building. We're very much into enjoying the season, the journey of high school. We're very much interested all around the district in how education is about the lighting of a fire. It's the curiosity invoked, intentional programming that has existed for your child for many, many years in this district or other places. And here at the building, our supreme desire is to continue lighting that fire to help your child be lifelong learners. And we are so excited to meet the class of 2029 in the middle school auditorium, of course, next week. But we will engage with each other here throughout the school year, and we will meet them, of course, in our orientation. Thank you again for engaging with me here, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Hi again, parents and guardians of the class of 2029. One last item here is I've put a link in your email today. That is our brand new course registration online portal. It's our website. It used to be a booklet and a PDF, but now it is a new and improved course registration guide. Please take some time to read this with your child. You can survey the different items here. There's a curriculum guide for grade 9. There's course of study that you can check out and learn about our courses. You can learn about external programs that are increasing each year for your child once they get to junior, senior year. So really proud of this resource and honored that the team and the district has supported us with this. So please utilize this resource as you work with your child to look at their exciting 4 years of high school coming up. Thank you again.